Drosselbart.
There was a king and he had a daughter. She was very beautiful, but so proud and haughty, she found that no man was good enough for her. She rejected one after the other, and also laughed at them. One day the king made a great party. He invited every man out to the palace. They were all marshaled in a row according to their rank and standing. First the king, then the grand dukes, then the prince, the earls, the barons, and at last the gentry. Then the king's daughter went along the row, but nobody was good enough. One was too fat. Like a pig, she said. The other too long. Long and clumsy, she said. The third was too short. Short and fat. It's not suitable. The fourth was too white. The white dead. The fifth was too red. Lighthouse. The sixth wasn't straight enough. Curved banana. So she had something to say about everyone. Especially the last one. She made ridiculous. The king, who stood quite high up in the row, whose chin had grown a little crooked. Thanks all very much that I can join this party. This is one of the biggest parties I ever knew. And you, princess, you are one of the most beautiful girls I ever saw. Any man would be happy if he could marry you.
He has a curved chin and a beard as a bird's nest. I don't want to marry you.
Now's enough. So much good men, and nobody is good enough. I swear I will let you marry the first beggar who is in front of my door. The first beggar she has to marry. Poor girl. She's very beautiful, too bone idle, too haughty. The first beggar. So it will happen. A beggar stood underneath the window of the king and started to sing, trying to earn a little bit of money. When the king heard this, he spoke, "Let this man in." Then the beggar entered with his dirty clothes the room, started singing for the king and his daughter. And after he was finished, he asked for a little gift. "Oh dear king, may I ask for some little change? Your song has been pleased me so. I want you to marry my daughter."
But father, what are you saying now? You want that I marry this beggar?
Get me. He should marry this couple. When it happened, said the king, "You cannot stay in my castle anymore. You can move away with your husband." The beggar pulled her out on the hand, and she was obliged to follow him. Then they arrived at a big forest.
Hey, from who is this beautiful forest?
It's from King Swallowbeard. When you had married him, it was already yours.
Oh, I'm stupid coat. If I had taken him, that king swallowed beard. From who is this beautiful meadow?
It's from King Swallowbeard. When you had married him, it was already yours.
Oh, I stupid coat. If had I taken him, that king swallowbeard. From how is this beautiful city?
It's from King Swallowbeard. When you had married him, it was already from you.
Oh, I stupid coat. If had I taken him.
It does not please me that you always wishing you had another husband. Now come, we are almost at home.
Oh my goodness, what a small house.
This is my house and yours, where we shall live together.
Where are the servants?
I don't have any servants. You must help yourself. Just make a fire now, put the water on it, and make my food ready. The princess knew nothing about lighting a fire and cooking. The beggar must help himself because it was too slowly going on. And when the meal was finished, she went to bed. But the next morning, the beggar woke her up very early. She had to do the housekeeping. A couple of days, they lived like as good as his bed, and he had all their supplies. Then the man said, "Woman, that doesn't work out very well. We're eating all our supplies and don't do anything for earnings. You have to make a basket." He went outside, cut some willows and gave it to her. She started to spin, but the willows make wounds in her soft hands. "I see it doesn't work out very well. You can better spin. Maybe that's a better job for you." She went backwards and tried to spin, but the cotton cut her immediately in her hands, and the blood was floating out of it. "You see," the husband said, "you can't do any jobs. I really met a bad party. Let's start a shop in pottery and coverage. You will have to be on the market and sell the merchandise." Oh God, she thought, if there are people arriving on that market for my father's empire, they will make me ridiculous. But nothing helped. She had to do all these things if she did not want to starve from hunger. The first time it went very well, because the people found her very pretty. They bought her merchandise and gave them what she was asking for it. Even the people gave her the money and let the merchandise standing on the market. So they lived from the earned money, as long as it took. Then the man started to do some more business, different merchandise. She went on the corner of the market, showed down the merchandise and held sight. Suddenly a drunk Russian came abroad and drove exactly into her little shop. Everything broke apart. She started to cry and didn't know anything anymore from fear. Oh my God, what's gonna happen to me? What will my husband say? Like that, she went home and told him what happened.
Something went wrong. I was sitting on the corner of the market. A drunken Russian came along and drove directly into my shop. Everything broke apart.
Who's gonna sit on the corner of the market? Quit crying. I also see that you can not do any work. I went to the king and asked them if they can not use any maid. And he has agreed with me that he would hire you. You will earn free food. Now the princess was a maid and had to help the cook with the dirty work. She put in both of her bags a pot and put anything what was left behind and took it to her house. And that they ate. One day the wedding of the oldest son of the king was celebrated. And the poor thing, the princess, wanted to see this and was standing in the doorway of the hall. When the light went on, one beautier than the other came in, and full of pride and prawl. She was thinking about her destiny and her pride and stubbornness. Who was putting her in such a low position and poverty? From the delicious goods that it was taking in and out, the servants gave her sometimes a piece of leftover. She put it in her cup and wanted to bring it home. On that moment, the prince came along, dressed in silk and velvet. He saw her standing in the doorway. He grabbed her with her arm and wanted to dance with her. Come on, I want to dance with you.
It's not possible. I'm a kitchen maid. You are King Swallowbeard.
Not only, also the beggar with whom you have lived in a little house. That's also me. Also the Russian who drove into your little shop.
I have done great wrong and I am not worthy to be your wife.
The bad days are over. Let's celebrate our wedding. Then the maids walked in and put on their most beautiful clothes. Everybody was there, also her father. Everybody came along and wished her very, very much happiness with the marriage of King Swallowbeard. The real joy began. I wished you were there.
you.